the resources, some of the sources that I've used are here, so I'm not going to invent any fact. All the information I will be sharing in relation to the court decision have been shared by newspapers, the media. Okay, so basically, the reason the court decided not to grant the request of Min Hee-jin to reinstate her, to force Hybe to reinstate her as a CEO, is that the claims do not meet the requirements to constitute the legal grounds for a court judgment. So that's what they said. That's what they officially said in the document. The claims do not meet the requirements to constitute the legal grounds for a court judgment. Now, this usually happens when the claim is too vague. That's one, either too vague or it is unsupported by relevant laws, meaning you're asking the court to do something that is not required by the law. So the court is passive. They only implement the law, they don't write it. So if you want them to do something, if you're asking them to do something, it has to be supported by the law or by a regulation or by the Constitution. Or the other reason it was not granted is that it is insufficiently substantiated by facts. Meaning, if Min Hee-jin says, without me, New Jeans won't have a career or won't have a future, she has to substantiate that. She can't just claim it. She has to give the court tangible reasons why no other producer or no other creative director can manage New Jeans. So if all of those things, one of those things, if any of these factors is present, then it is impossible for the court to rule on the matter, meaning they can't do anything about it. You can't make the court do something that has no legal basis. So her claim, so remember that is the judgment. Her claim is based on the procure clause. This is where the entire claim was actually hinged on. The procure clause compels Hybe, it tells Hybe that you should compel your board of directors to vote in favor of reinstating Min Hee-jin as CEO. That's the procure clause. You will compel your representative to do something that you want them to do. So if you would remember, we were laughing about this the last time we had the live stream. The judge asked, what is the legal basis for procure clause? Show me where it is in our law, not even the Constitution, but the law or the regulation that says a procure clause is actually implementable, meaning the owner or the corporation behind the people that were appointed as board of directors can actually dictate what the board of directors can do. Show me where it is. And Min Hee-jin's lawyers admitted that they found no legal basis or precedent to execute the procure clause. So they're saying, actually, there's nothing. there's no, we didn't find anything. We're just saying that it has to be implemented. However, Kim and Chang, which is the legal representative of Hybe, said that they actually found a source, and it was a lawyer from Sejong. Sejong is the representative of Min Hee-jin. And in the last hearing, their lawyer actually said that the procure clause cannot be enforced and that no claim or injunction can be filed to enforce them. In other words, you can't appoint somebody to perform a specific job and then tell them what to do. You can't do that. All right. So they dismissed the case. So the court said, well, you can't find any legal basis. This other guy found a legal basis saying that it cannot be enforced. So we're going to dismiss the case. We cannot rule on this. So there are two types of dismissal in the court. One is substantive dismissal, and then the other is procedural dismissal. Procedural is anything that is a technicality, like if something went wrong with the way that you filed, if the evidence that you presented were illegally obtained, if you didn't follow the procedure, for example, in a criminal case, actually, if the police arrested the suspect and you didn't Miranda, you didn't read the Miranda rights, that's a procedural dismissal because you did not follow the procedures. That's a procedural dismissal. Now, lawyers in South Korea are saying this is actually a substantive dismissal, meaning the court actually examined the core arguments and evidence of the case, and they said this is not valid. Of the two, the substantive dismissal stands. You can appeal it, but usually it stands stronger because they reviewed the arguments of the case. Procedural, if you can correct your mistakes in terms of the procedure, they can hear the case again. So, one of the questions that you asked is this the end of Min Hee-jin's case? No. They are still hearing the shareholders agreement. So if you would remember, Hybe asked the court to confirm their right to dismiss the shareholders agreement. So in their view, they do have that right because she violated something. She violated the agreement. So that automatically gives them the right to terminate it. But I guess to make it airtight, they actually asked the court to approve the shareholders agreements, but that is still ongoing. They haven't gotten the decision yet, and it was actually referred to by this court. The court said that the main trial should be the one reading this case, not me. Okay, now the basis of Hybe for dismissing the shareholders agreement is the termination of the shareholders agreement is Min Hee-jin distributing a copy or sending somebody else a copy of the shareholders agreement, which is supposed to be confidential. So they provided an evidence proving that she actually distributed a copy of the shareholders agreement. And since it is a violation of the shareholders agreement, then they terminated it. In their view, that is enough for us to terminate the shareholders agreement. Now, the initial decision was specific on the procure clause. So the current case that just finished, the one that say that they cannot require Hybe to reinstate her as a CEO, they were very specific on the procure clause. They said we cannot enforce the procure clause, so this is dismissed. But they did not render a judgment on the shareholders agreement. So that is still ongoing. In other words, she still has hope. She can still get the 80 million. And according to the lawyers of Min Hee-jin, which they reinforced and they stated again after the decision, they said that according to the shareholders agreement, Min Hee-jin is supposed to be the CEO until November 1, 2026. So if the main court hears the case and actually favors Min Hee-jin, then she may still be reinstated as the CEO. However, that I don't think that's going to happen. What is more likely to happen is that they will honor the put option. So they will honor Min Hee-jin's ownership of the 20%, the 18%. So if the court honors that and she exercises her put option, she can still get her 80 million. So that is still ongoing. She still has a chance. However, in the last shareholders meeting that they had, when she insisted that she be reappointed, she was the only one who voted for herself. She attended the meeting through Zoom or something like that, and then she was the only one who voted for herself. But she's not giving up. So you can't blame her for it. I mean, I think anybody will fight till the end if an $80 million wager is on the line. So she's going to fight until she has, and for as long as she has something to give, she will fight. Okay, now, yes, I can blame her. It's 18 million. I mean, come on, she's going to fight for that. So we can expect that she will continue fighting for it. For as long as she has something to give, she'll fight for it. She was upset that no one supported her. Very, very upset. Didn't